Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while and I'm gonna apologize for the delay, but I was moving, I've been working on my dissertation. I've just had the most going on, so I do apologize. I'm gonna keep this pretty short, but I wanted to talk about why I moved to the Middle East and why I've stayed here. I moved back in August 2015 on a whim. Like, it was completely on a whim. I was just on the internet kind of searching something else, and I saw a pop-up about teaching in the United Arab Emirates. I clicked on it, thought it would be a cool opportunity. I applied, and that was pretty much it. I went through a recruiting company called Footprints. I had an initial interview with them maybe 2 days after I submitted like the interest questionnaire, and within 2 months I was interviewing for a position. I went to Chicago to do my interview, and I think I was offered the position maybe a month later. I will say that during that month I was really anxious, trying to see what was going to happen. I didn't do a lot of research because I like to just experience a new place with no preconceived notions of anything. The only thing that I did do a little bit of statistical research was on like violence and things of that nature, and it seemed to be a relatively safe place. So I decided to take the opportunity once I was offered a job. So I have some notes here. I just want to stay on track. So moving there and staying there, there was a host of things that I loved about the place. The main thing was the way of life. So there's an Arabic saying, inshallah, which means if it's in God's will, and that's like the true way of living there. It's very low stress. People really just go with the flow. And that I can really appreciate. Also, let's see, the benefits. So I moved over as a kindergarten teacher. I was a kindergarten teacher for about 2 years before I was promoted into a department head. And I will say that I worked for the government schools, and I know the benefits have changed since I was working there, or since I was hired. But at the time, our accommodations were paid for, and I lived like in a high-rise apartment building with amazing amenities. We had like 3 pools, 3 or 4 gyms. It was walking distance to like a small mall where there was a grocery store that was very similar to like a Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, more like a Trader Joe's. We had medical insurance. We had dental coverage as well. We also got an annual airfare back home, or back to our home states, our home country. And also we were given like an annual gratuity. So like every year that you work, you are entitled to 1 month salary at the end of your contract. When I first moved over, I had signed a 2-year contract, and I stayed with the company for 4 years. So that in itself definitely outweighs the compensation received in the US as a teacher, especially when you think about like paying for accommodations, whether it's your mortgage or your rent in an apartment. So for me, that was extremely exciting. Also, another thing that I really loved about the UAE was the accessibility. So as I was saying, there are so many opportunities to travel because of your time off. We get most of the normal traditional holidays, like a winter break, a spring break, but we also get the government holidays and the Islamic holidays, and those opportunities, those times give us ample opportunities to travel. And then of course, like, traveling just gives you an added perspective on life, people, culture, and you truly understand that there's so much more to a culture than people's physical features. It's how they dress, it's what they eat, it's their traditions. It's just it's exhilarating, to say the least. So let me see what else. The people, Emiratis are the most welcoming, loving people that I think I've ever really encountered. I mean, they're definitely very welcoming and very accepting and just really lovely people. So the Emirati culture is definitely one reason that I stayed in the UAE, as well as the food. Oh my goodness, it is a lot of meat and a lot of bread and a lot of sweets, but it's good. So I think that kind of highlights the main reasons that I decided to stay in the UAE. Also, like, dating has been good. It varies from person to person. The country is not what people speculate. I have dated. I'm actually in a relationship now with a man that I met there. So yeah, it's not like, oh my goodness, you can't do this, you can't do this. Like, as with anything, you be respectful and have a decency about yourself, and you're good. So again, thank you for your patience. I'm gonna do better. I was thinking of writing or telling or recording a video about my dissertation process so far. Also, I have relocated. I am still in the Middle East, but I am no longer in Abu Dhabi. So I will tell you guys a little bit about that soon. So I hope that all of you are well. You're having an amazing, I think it's Tuesday. I'll see you soon. Masalama. Bye.